What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. KG is back with another live stream. I was going to upload this match reaction, but I got sidetracked with a bit of ice hockey news, which I'm going to share at the end because I have to share it. You know, that's the thing that has made me smile the most today. But yeah, listen, Leeds United 2, Cardiff City 2. We'll talk about that. Whoever joins me live and put it in the comments after. Big up to everyone that joined me on the watch along earlier. There will be more of those this season, so look out for that. Hit the notification bell so you know when I'm going live or uploading, and we'll talk about the games whenever and wherever. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be an interesting one this season because I don't know if I'm gonna do a preview for every game. I gotta see how the feeling takes me, man, because gotta tell you, some of these fixtures don't inspire me. But now, shout out to everyone that joined me. Seriously, HS KG, my wife got me Leeds tickets, but I've been a slave for a week. Help a brother out. Well, you knew the deal, HS. If she was to get you the tickets, you were at her mercy. So you got to hold that. Okay. Hold it and hold it tightly. LVC TV, big up to you. Carlos Alberto saying so much work to be done, but we knew that for a long time. Yeah, listen, the game today really and truly showed that some things will never change. Doesn't matter if we move up divisions, doesn't matter if we move down divisions. There are some patterns, some players that are just going to remain the same. And it's sometimes it's not just about the league you're in, it's about the ability of the players. And it's quite clear that there's a few players here that just shouldn't be here. All right. And we need to upgrade. And that was evident today, especially in that first half. Um, Liam saying he was impressed with Pavado, showing about his passing. Final effort, final ball. That's always going to be the crux with a few of these players. So much raw potential, but then it's that final pass, and that's the most important bit of football. Thought Archie Gray had a good debut. I wouldn't, I'll get into Daniel Farker's comments in a bit. I thought that was really good. I thought it was a good debut. Obviously, got taken off corner duties in the second half for good reason. But at least he tried, at least he tried with those in terms of trying to make it, give himself another path in being an asset to the team in terms of set pieces. They just didn't clear the first man, Archie. But I feel that there's going to be way more to come from Archie Gray because there was a lot of good touches today. Deshaun, people ready to admit Ailing not championship level? We'll see if people are ready to admit that, Deshaun, because that first goal was an absolute disgrace. And the thing is, we've seen that goal how many times over the last couple of years with Luke Ayling at right back, where there's just an ocean of room over on the right-hand side. But this time there's no Tyler Adams there to mop it up and then shout at him and tell him, get back in position. No, it's just oceans of room. It's embarrassing. I don't know how people don't feel embarrassed watching that and seeing those kind of goals being conceded. Something that has happened before. Another thing that we're talking about that's happened before. I mean, I said it in the match in the live stream, but here we are. Leeds concede from the first shot on target we faced this season. Very Leeds. Something that happened over 13 times last season. Doesn't matter what division you're in, it's on the players. Now, as much as we talk about the starting lineup, the front four for me, that's electric. That is in this league, that is electric. Nonto, Somerville, Sinistera, and you include Dan James in there too. That is an electric front four in the championship. But then you've got to look behind you and go, hold on, what is that? Because what's behind you is not good, people. And there was times in the defense today where there was duels where we could have won the ball, intercepted the ball, but the players are just too slow. And I include Pascal in that as well. He's too slow of a defender. He doesn't have the foot speed to catch up with some of the players, and he lost it a couple times due to his lack of speed. Liam Cooper, before he got injured, I mean, he was at sea as well for that. Was it the first goal when there was a cluster of our defenders just in the box, Melia not even diving down to get it. Yelder today, again, not a good showing, and again, essential why we need a left back. Can't keep doing this makeshift left back and then putting Byram over there. And even when Byram came on, he wasn't used as an out-and-out left back. He wasn't even used inverted. Sometimes he drifted into central attacking midfield. He was literally all over the place because we had so much of the ball in the second half. But you could see, even when he was playing on the left, he still had to cut back. He wasn't cutting in to whip it in or do a curling shot. He was doing it just to pass it back into midfield again. We need a left back. It's essential. I don't know how many ways I can put this. It's essential. We need it. The defense for me today was shambolic. I got to say that first half was a disgrace. I mean, I had to turn my camera off and the mic off at 2-0 because I had to let some words out that YouTube wouldn't have appreciated. Okay, I had to get them out. It's just not good enough. 2 shots on target. Yeah, and yeah, 7 shots, 2 on target, and they were the goals. That's correct, Damar. That and with Cardiff, let's talk about Cardiff. Cardiff were here to S house a result. It's quite clear. They weren't here to play football. They weren't here to do anything extravagant. They were here to soak up pressure, hit us on the break, and that is it. They've barely strung more than 2-3 passes together. Their game here was working up to a point. When they were 2-1 up, that's how they wanted the game. They had 2 solid banks, defense, midfield, and they were saying, come break us down if you can. And for all the possession we had in the second half, and it was good possession, there wasn't enough chances being created in it. There wasn't enough shots on target for us until the Somerville equalizer, which was a fantastic finish, by the way, by Somerville. Absolutely brilliant finish by Somerville, falling over and scoring. I did mock him a bit for the shirt off celebration at 2-2. I thought, whoa, 2-2 and you're taking off your shirt. But apparently the message on the shirt, I've just translated it on Google, was like a rest in peace, brother. So I think that was a tribute to a brother. So you know what? To a friend. So you know what? You can have that. You can have that. So you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Ashton here saying need a right back way more than a left back. If we can keep Firpo, what's going on with the lad? Ashton, what are you doing? What are we saying here? Look, Firpo's injured, Ashton. It's a story you've heard before. It's a story you've heard before, Ashton. Firpo is out injured. That's why he's not available. We need when we need Drame back as well. For me, Drame comes in straight away. This is it's not even a debate for me. There's no debate to be had. Drame, when he's fit, he comes in and starts ahead of Luke Ayling. Just shambolic defending people. It's absolutely shambolic. And how many more chances do you want to give him? At this point, I will now say that if anyone is defending these kind of defenders, it is Stockholm syndrome, and you might need to go and see someone about it because these players aren't good. They're not good players, people. We were 2-0 down at home. We've literally just seen Southampton, Leicester. You know, even our start today was a bit, you know, dare I say, cagey. It was a very measured, it was very nervy, and we had to grow into the game, and that's fine. But then Cardiff literally did nothing and came out with 2 goals in the first half. That can't go on. And listen, we're talking about Cardiff here. We're not talking about Southampton. We're not talking about Leicester. We're not even talking about Watford. We're talking about Cardiff City, who won't be up here. They won't be in the top 6 at the end of the season. Their team is not good enough. Lang here saying maybe Darlow can organize the defense. Well, Darlow comes in for me straight away. I mean, the Meslier thing is just not working. And look, he didn't have anything to do, but that's an indictment on him that he didn't have anything to do. And we conceded 2 goals. No, he didn't even try for the first one. The second one, he was scrambling across. And again, Ayling with that one. The fault at first, anyway, was with Yelder, who lost it first and then meekly competed and then just backed out the second time. That's not good enough for Yelder, and he's a young player, and he got sacrificed first. You could have picked any one of those players to go off, but it's always and Farker's got to be careful of this because we've seen it before with managers at Leeds United, where the senior players seem to get an extended stay, but the young players just get hooked off straight away. Can't do that again. Can't do that again. But Yelder, it was right to be taken off. No complaints. But you could have also taken off Ayling as well, easily. But yeah, Darlow for me comes in. It wasn't a case of if Meslier makes a mistake in the first game and that's it. It's just not working here, people. How many times can we keep defending? I mean, Mr. Jones will do it here. KG can't put any blame on Meslier for the goals. It was bad defending. It was bad defending, Mr. Jones. But couldn't he have at least attempted to get down and save the first one? That's happened before. When there's a barrage of bodies in the way of Meslier, he finds it very difficult to see through him and anticipate where the ball's going to be. That's happened many times in the Premier League as well, and we've seen it again today. You know, there is no like official blame on him, but again, it's another one where we're starting again with the first shot of the game for the opposition. It goes in, and the first shot wasn't a block one. That is not a shot on target, people. It's on goal. And he doesn't have any presence. He doesn't. And for me, that's why Darlow has got to come in. Let's just stop. Why are we going back? Why are we going back? I mean, more defending troops. That's fine. But why are we going back to the recipe that has literally got us back to the point of the championship with this defense, same goalkeeper, and expecting a different result? Why? But hey, it is what it is. There will always be people that will defend Melier, and that's fine. And again, I'm not putting the fault solely at Melier's door, but if he dives down, how do you know he doesn't get a hand to it? The guy's a tall guy. But hey, listen. And then the second one, anyway, with Luke Ayling, he lost the foot speed out to Ngog, I think his name is. Just not quick enough. It doesn't anticipate enough. He doesn't have the awareness enough to play at this level anymore. It's been quite evident as well in the past couple years. But look, it's going to be interesting to see Creswell. I like Creswell when he came on. He was everything that you thought he would be. When he got the ball, he was trying to charge forward with it. He wasn't looking to go back as much. Um, and Byron was good in what he was supposed to do as well. He was okay. I'm not going to say good. He was okay in bits that he was supposed to do. But we need that natural left back, please, please. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. Um, Matt here is saying no, that Melier had nothing to do today, and he still looks shaky, zero presence. Yeah, it's gonna be a raging debate until he leaves, or if Darlow supplants him as number one. We'll see, won't we? We'll see what happens because it wasn't a good outing in total today. You can't have a team that's barely done nothing all game, but they still come away with 2 goals. I'm afraid. Venelin here saying, KG, a rhetorical question. Can we defend the way Cardiff were able to in the second half? I don't think so. I mean, we eventually broke them down, which was good because we definitely deserved a point. I want to say that from the second half performance, we definitely deserve something out of it. And you can tell when Somerville scored how their body language was. It was definitely the way of they were on the floor, heads in hands, like, oh man, our, our plan of S housing a win here hasn't worked. That was their plan. But you could see with Cardiff, by the way, it seemed like each one of their players were like 2 inches taller than ours, so they had very big guys in their team today, and that was a reason why we couldn't get through them with even with all that possession in the second half. Zesty here is saying, KG, I'm scared after that game, really scared, shocking. Yeah, there was a lot of things that were a concern for me today, and it just shows that there's still work to be done. I think the 49ers we have to be clear with that. The 49ers have got to know that there is work to be done. Uh, Centre back, left back, it's essential. Even a striker as well is essential today. And like Daniel Farker said, and it's because of teams like Cardiff where he wants a more combative midfielder in there, someone a bit bigger. Because the championship's full of brutes, man. It's full of people like what you saw today. Callum Patterson the other day for Wednesday. It's full of players like that. So we do need some more meat in there. Gotta say it. Jamie here saying, I liked Ampadu. He was very confident and measured, but Gray was the one who is amazing. Yeah, I wouldn't say amazing. I'm gonna play the Daniel Farker card here because I do think Archie Gray has got so much more to give. By the way, I think he's going to be a huge plus for us, and he was at times today. But Ampadu, I think, had a much better second half than first. I thought that the first half he was giving the ball away a little bit too much under not a lot of pressure. But in the second half, he grew. And as we had more possession, as Cardiff were just sitting back, he was getting more touches and he was looking much more comfortable. Talk about our second goal, our equalizing goal. That's what I'm talking about from set pieces. Just a dominant centre back in the air. And that's what Cooper did in that instance. Just showed his dominance there, got the goal. But as a Leeds thing, he got injured. It just honestly, it's just Leeds United, isn't it? It's like Bamford getting kicked in the head and coming off with a hamstring injury. I mean, I just don't know how it works with this football club. It's just weird. We're always going to get this kind of drama, but no, that is the kind of dominance. That's the kind of thing I look for in Pascal Strout. That's the kind of aerial dominance I expect from Pascal. Liam Cooper showed it today, but unfortunately, he's out. Who knows how long that's going to be? But again, with Liam Cooper, this is a perpetual thing. He gets injured. This is what happens with him. But it was a tremendous header from that corner, and that is championship. We've seen so many goals over the weekend where it's headers from a corner. That's championship football. Bob's saying thoughts on Pervader. See some fans hyping him up, but end product needs a lot of work. Yeah, Pervader's always had that good close control, but it is that final end product, and that's the thing that has eluded him. We're gonna see if it works out, but I certainly am not jumping on the hype train like others have. He's a Pablo replacement. I mean, it. Wow. I just hope that people are watching Harmer, I should say, for Coventry and his deliveries and the way that he played today and just seeing the difference. That's what a number 10 can look like if you've got the one in your team and you don't need a makeshift one. But no, it was look, he was a nuisance when he came on and he only had a little bit of time, and I think he did well in the little time he did. Max saying felt like we should have been awarded a penalty. Yeah, I mean, it's 50-50, isn't it? The Somerville one, I think you're talking about, right, Mac? It, I guess the referee was kind of looking at it like we had flopped a couple times in the game. I will say that, have to be honest, Nanto, a couple of other players as well just went down too easily. And this is the championship, people. You are not getting those free kicks awarded. You're just not. And maybe the referee had that in the back of his mind. We were desperate. We were losing 2-1. Maybe he thought Somerville went over easy. But yeah, you're right. I think if VAR was in the championship, and we're not going to keep doing that all the time this year if VAR was here, but maybe they would have had a look at that one, but it wasn't to be. Damar, what you saying about Dan James, Katie? Yeah. Listen, that I was waiting for this. Thank you, Damar. Look, it wasn't the finest outing from Mr. James, okay? It wasn't the finest outing. But what I'll say is I'll defend myself here and say I think that you'd make an impact from the bench. So that's where I've got to get out with this, okay? But no, Dan James, it wasn't the greatest game. But and unlike Sinistera, where we saw he had a very quiet game, Sinistera, but it was his move at the end that created the chaos for Somerville to score. And that's what you get from Sinistera. Dan James, not so much. But yeah, but Tasha saying, yeah, no penalty. That's fine. Yeah, put your thoughts in the comments after. Just gonna get up Daniel Farker's comments after the game. This is courtesy of Phil Hayes' Twitter, as you can see here. Farker saying, if I'm really honest, I'm disappointed when you judge this game in an obvious way from stats. It's a scandal we didn't win this game, especially in the second half. Just one team was playing and chasing. It looked like a power play at time. He's right. It did look like a power play. Correct. I just have to praise and compliment for the lads to equalize in the 95th minute after taking so many things in the net. It was a pretty important point for the confidence and the spirit. And just scrolling up here, Farker on Cooper's injury says he rolled his ankle. He's undergoing assessments now, and you got to think that thing must be swollen up. So we probably won't get to know for like a couple of days, possibly, just to see what the damage is. Farker on Gray, I'm careful not to praise my young lads too much, but if you promise not to tell Archie what I'm going to say, he was outstanding. He wasn't perfect, but overall, for such a young lad, it was a top-class performance. That's gas, man. That's a little bit too much gas for me. I think he put too much petrol on that one for me. But yeah, but Farker said he was tempted to start Byron, but owing to how little football he played last season, he didn't think he was ready for 90 minutes. So possibly he's saying there that possibly he's saying there that maybe Byron, once he's a little bit more fit, that he will get starts ahead of Yelda, because Yelda being hooked up after the first half shows he hasn't really got that much rope to play with. In all fairness, in all honesty, Mr. Jones saying he thought Dan James and Cine were average. Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Barney here with the super chat. Thank you. First half was very Jesse, chickens without heads. The young lad showed fight. Young lad showed fight, I should say. Skill and grit. Second half, Ailing is embarrassing, trotting on defense. Yeah, and yeah. I mean, that's another thing. I didn't even mention it. The thing I'm always careful, trying to be wary of, is not piling on too much. But seeing as Barney's mentioned it, there'd be times as well where he'd just be trotting back in defense. He wouldn't even be busting the gut to get back in position. He was basically jogging. Guys, I mean, yeah, defend it if you want, man. That's up to you. That's up to you, man. But thank you for the super chat, Barney. Thank you so much for the support. But yeah, he did. He's mentioned it many times that we need signings, and he knows that. 49ers were there today. Russell Westbrook was there today, which gassed me as an NBA fan. I wish I went today. Now I really do, but yeah, they know that we need additions. They absolutely 100% know we need additions to this football team. Deshaun saying Somerville was on it. Somerville was tremendous today. 5 chances created. Um, obviously getting the equalizing goal. He was on it. And that is why I say you can't lose Somerville. For me, the winger, if we're going to sell one, Jack Harrison, just let him go. He's got high value. He's not going to give you any more than what our current wingers, other wingers will give us. You can get some good money for him, and we need to strengthen in other areas. That is essential for me. We have to strengthen in different areas today. Yeah, seeing Russ was great. Yeah, for me, yeah, part me. Honestly, part me. I saw Russell Westbrook at Ellen Road. In your lifetime, did you ever think Russell Westbrook would be involved with Leeds United? Would never have had that on my bingo card. So yeah, it's good, but he must have been thinking at times at the first half, damn, what have I invested in here? I mean, I need to speak to my agent, one of those. Richard here saying need a good 5 players. Cooper will be out for the season now too. I don't know if he's going to be out for the season, but it did look a bad one when he came down. The fact that just the fact that he couldn't even celebrate a little bit shows you that it was a real bad injury. We was guessing in the chat, is it Achilles? Is it ACL? Is it his ankle? We're going to find out next week, but I think he's going to be out for some time. And we already know with Liam Cooper as well, look how long it takes him to recover from injuries. And this is another thing with his saying about if you don't want to be here, get lost. But he's unavailable a lot of the time. Great work for the header. Not going to take anything away, but he's now set for another spell on the sidelines. And it's not the first time. Revanite here, who's a Liverpool fan. That defense is stinky, KG. Tell me about it. How do Leeds fans think that Allgard is good enough? It's sentiment, man. Revanite, it's much like for Jordan Henderson with you guys, man, when he's literally clinging on for dear life, man. The inhalers have run out. There's no more running in him. All he's got now is his come on, captain shout. But you Liverpool fans will still defend him and say he should be starting for Liverpool. Same thing. Every fan base has got players where they're just so loyal to them, they can't say that they're not good enough for the football club anymore. But luckily for you, Saudi came in and rescued you and gave you some big money for him. You know what I mean? Revanite knows what I'm talking about here. You know what I'm saying. But yeah, Anto here saying a positive here, which is true. The fact that Heads didn't drop and play only got better is 100% turnaround from last season. Yeah, well, Heads did drop after the first goal. When we conceded that, you saw the defense. They were like, oh God. They almost looked like, oh no, not again. But Daniel Farker obviously got into him at halftime, given whatever team talk he did, and they came out. We were a different team in the second half. It was much better. The problem is we were playing against, and they need to reiterate this for people to understand, we weren't playing against one of the better teams in the league. It was Cardiff City, people. And if we're going to have trouble breaking that kind of team down, it's looking long for even better teams that are in this division. So that's why it's essential for me that we get some new signings in, especially at defense. It's a nightmare at the back for me. It's in the watch along. Anytime that Cardiff were going forward, I was thinking, oh God, oh no, because that's what this defense has given me. They've given me no reason to believe in them over the past couple of years. So why should I? And even today, you saw it again today. The same thing again. Ailing missing from the right-hand side. Defenders not being able to keep up with attackers, losing attackers, not being aggressive enough with forward players. I've seen it over and over. I'm bored of it, people, but it's annoying as well at the same time. Let's have a look. That's a great comment. I'm gonna give you this one. We've pretty much got the same stats as Russ. 26 attempts on goal, 2 points. Hey, don't listen. That's Mr. Triple W you're talking about there. That's a legend, and he was at Ellen Road of all places. But I mean, John Knox is saying here, Leicester and Norwich will get promoted. We will be mid-table unless we praise the defense. I mean, I'm not sure where you're getting Norwich from, but back on Leicester, what we saw today. And yes, Enzio, just before I forget, Nanto did very well today. For me, him and Somerville were the 2 best forwards today on the pitch. But in terms of Leicester, what you saw earlier with Dewsbury Hall, you saw Dewsbury Hall. I mentioned it in the watch. I mentioned it here. He took about 10 shots before he got his first goal. I mean, he just kept shooting. He wouldn't stop. He kept going and going. And that's the perseverance you need at this level. You can't miss a chance and then just, shrink into your body. You've got to keep going. And that's what he did. And that's why Dewsbury Hall is being linked with a move to Liverpool, possibly as a squad player. I don't see him as a starter there, but he's a good player. He should be in the Premier League. He should be in the Premier League easy. And I think Leicester are going to be like us with a couple of our players where they just want the window to shut so they can keep some. But they're after Casadei as well from Chelsea. Imagine they bolster their midfield with that signing on loan. Yeah, we've got to get active in this market, people. The loan market is there. We've got to use the loan market and get some signings in. It's imperative. People keep talking about this second season. It's consolidate this season, second season. If we're spending this little now, if we've got 3 signings now at the 6th of August, what's it going to be like in our second year when the parachute payments reduce? Seriously, we've got to make the best fist of this season, and it goes with getting better players on the pitch. Yeah, I mean, Tasha, yeah, not once did we try a long shot. Well, since Somerville had one in the first half, but the fact that I can remember that and that alone, that tells you the story. We need goals from a variety of sources, and for the last couple of years, we haven't had goals from midfield on a consistent basis, even with central midfielders. We didn't even see McKennie's one once, but he scores everywhere else, and that's an issue for us. We need a variety of goals. Phil here saying need to match the results of Leicester and Southampton or we get left behind. Well, we're already behind now. They've got 3 points out of their games, and their games were also as tough. They had a lot of possession in their games, but theirs were more in the first half than the second half. We kind of did the opposite, where in the second half we had all the possession, but they come out with wins in the end, and that's the key difference. Che Adams, you guys know how I feel about him in the Premier League, about championship level. He came off the bench and got him a winner. That's pretty good. In the championship, that is a pretty good weapon to have on the bench, and he got them a winner in a game where it looked like it could have gone either way. Leicester as well, 1-0 down today against Coventry. Coventry had chances to win it as well before Dewsbury Hall did what he did, but we've managed to. We did deserve a point out of it today, but we could have done with that as well, but with a 3-2 win in the end. But yeah, we need wins, people. And it's another thing as well, just for the mentality, just for people to understand where I'm coming from. This team's been losing for 2 years. They need wins. They need to know that they can win games. And a lot of these guys just not used to it. You saw in the first 15 minutes, they weren't confident. They were waiting. They were like, oh, we need to be careful before we make a mistake or something like that. They were tentative today in the first half. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Is there anything else? Is there anything else, people? I think that's it. I think that will be it on in regards to the game. Anything else? Yeah, just put in the comments below and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And obviously hit the like on the video, people. Best way to support the channel, and subscribe if you're not subscribed, of course. Gary Theekson here. A lot of work to do, but it's only one game. This league is a marathon, not a sprint. 100%, Gary. But you can tell that there's some glaring weaknesses in our team. Glaring weaknesses. And they need to be sorted. And they need to be sorted next week. Let's have a look. Zesty saying, "Oh, have I missed the super chat?" Okay, I've got one from Ashton Mills. If that's the one you're talking about, Ashton here saying, just saying, bruh. I mean, listen, Ashton, I don't know what you are, but please, not bruh. All right, chill. Kevin Mbabu, I think would be cheaper and better than Ailing. Is that the Swiss guy? Is that the one that plays for Switzerland with like the Lux? Is that who you're talking about? I don't know if we could get him in the championship though. I'll be real. I don't know if we could get him in the championship. But yeah, thank you for the super chat though. David staying steadfast. We're going up as champions, believe. I hope you're right, David. I really do. I hope you're right. Hey, Ashton, yeah, bro. You know what, man? I'm gonna give you that, Ashton. All right, I'm gonna give you that. Is he at Fulham? He's gone to Fulham now, yeah. I think he was at was he at Werder Bremen before? Yeah, I think that's the guy we're talking about. But yeah, I don't know if he's going to come to Leeds United. No way. Not in the championship. Stephen LC saying, thanks for all the content today, KG. I listened to the game here in Texas on LUTV, and even they mentioned the need for some more juice up front. Well, listen, if the club mouthpieces are saying that they need extra signings, that tells you everything, because usually, with all due respect to anyone that works on LUTV, it's usually all club stuff where they're all pro club. Whatever's here is good. You know what I mean? And nothing extra is needed. So You know, that tells you something. It really does. It tells you a story there. Richard saying it looks like Cooper's done knee ligament damage. We'll see. They said it's his ankle swollen, so we'll see. And T85, that's where I am overall in terms of this game. As I say, definitely a deserved point, but the comeback papered over the cracks, and it doesn't even paper over it completely, does it, T85? Because we didn't even win. You know, to paper over the cracks for me, that says that we would have won 3-2, and then everyone would have been like, shut up, forget it. We won the game, move on. But the fact that we won, the fact that we drew 2-2, just it addresses the needs of what we need in the team for me. And I just hope the 49ers see that too. And Nate here, always the jokester, sign Ailing to a 5-year extension and lifetime captain, please. Tremendous. Well, you know what? Just before we go, people, because you know what? I have had some joy today, and I want to share it, because I think you should always share joy where it is. And obviously, it's not with Leeds right now, but look at my Penguins. Look what we've done. Oh my Lord. And this is why I didn't upload, because I was going through all these NHL articles in regards to Erik Karlsson. Pittsburgh Penguins have acquired Erik Karlsson, and this is the great thing, and this could actually attain to Leeds too, people. We got rid of some absolute anchors on the team, and I said anchors. YouTube, Granlund, Jeff Petrie. These are huge contracts we got rid of, and we've actually improved our team. Erik Karlsson on the Pittsburgh Penguins. I don't know if I'm going to sleep tonight, people. I don't know if I'm going to sleep. Oh, my days. I am so gassed. Oh, look at this man. Oh, what a man. Oh, Erik Karlsson plays for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Look at this man. Oh, Lord have mercy. And this is what I need from the 49ers, man. This is what I need from the 49ers to give me for Leeds, man. The last thing that we saw was Sam Byram on a free. I need the 49ers to give me a moment as well. I need that. We need that. Okay. Vega, explain that in NBA terms. I can't, man. It's a trade, man. We've made a trade for a star future Hall of Fame. He got 101 points last season, and he's joining my team. And we've got rid of some absolute bums that were on this team. Brilliant. Kyle Dubas, what a genius. But yeah, I had to share that with the people, man, because that's outstanding news. Look at this. Oh man, yeah, man. It had to be a 3-teamer. We could not take on that salary by ourselves. So yeah. Brian is saying Peter check on the 10-day contract. Yeah, he plays ice hockey too. Come on, Adrian. You guys are still rebuilding, yeah. Tyler saying got to deal with Tom Wilson for 7 more years though. Tyler, that contract, I actually like Tom Wilson because I like the way he plays the game. But that contract in about year 3, it's going to stink. All right. But listen, people, I'm going to end it there. Leeds United 2, Cardiff City 2. Not the best start for me. We needed 3 points. We move on to the next game. It's Shrewsbury in the Cup next. And we'll see what we do there. Any thoughts and opinions, please put them in the comments below. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and of course hit the like button. Best way to help out the channel, really and truly. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video, people. It's been a long day. Peace out and enjoy the rest of your weekend, however long that may be.